Now we have these other semi-finals between Team Ascend and Silver Phoenix. This should be a good one as well. There's a lot of top-tier players on both sides. We got Team Ascend over on the Dusk side here, and Silver Phoenix over there on the Dawn side. Dusk starting off with a Decker pick from Shree. Cranky Trash Can on the Fae. Faded Rend is going to go on Rampage. What's Sour going to end up picking? We know that he likes to play that solo lane, so we'll see what he ends up picking there. Revenant.
I'm just going to point out one thing. The two bans in this game was FaZe and Wukong.
So no FaZe, no Wukong. We do see a Kallari on the other side, however. That's very interesting. So that Kallari seems to be a jungle Kallari, however, because we have a Twin Blast and a Murdoch and a Bellica and a Muriel. So very squishy team there. This should be interesting. This should be interesting to see what's going to end up happening, why Silver Phoenix decided to go with that team comp.
Both teams are relatively squishy. It's just a Rampage.
But that Rampage as an initiator, however, is going to be a big difference. Whether or not both teams are squishy, that's obvious, but Kallari as an engager compared to Rampage definitely does not produce the same result. Yeah.
But if the Rampage can get bursted down fast enough by the Twin Blast and the Murdoch, the Kallari's just got free reign on the rest of them. But then they do have Wraith, which is the best counter to Kallari.
Especially with his
Radar,
who's there
whatever
ability.
Yeah.
So round one of the other semifinal match between Ascend and Silver Phoenix is now underway. Got Faye and Bellica in mid, Revenant and Murdoch in solo lane going toe-to-toe. A lot of carries 1v1ing each other today. Very interesting. Wraith and Decker against Muriel and Twin Blast.
Alright, who do you reckon is going to win that solo lane?
Revenant
or Murdoch?
I think it's going to be Revenant. I think it's going to be Revenant hands down. First off, I think Revenant just wins against Murdoch when it comes to just solo capabilities, when it comes to just burst damage. And then second off, Sour is just a really good player. Just a really, really good player. All that whole team Ascend right there. Brain Freeze actually one shot away while we're talking. Oh, yeah, never mind, he's dead. You, Phil, with the snipe right off the bat. Like I said, the whole team, Yufel, Shui, they're all masters. They're all really good players. I've talked to them, played with them personally. I know they're pretty intense. And I've been on the other hand many times as well, yeah. I played with them, I played against them, but that's the whole part. That's the whole fun of the game.
Right. Just because you go for the Revenant, I'll take the Murdoch. Gotta give the boy some love. So
Sure.
Yeah.
Faye and Bellica are the top two mid laners, though, and it's no surprise that we just keep seeing them over and over again in each of these games. Faye just has a ridiculous amount of DPS, and Bellica has a great amount of DPS and utility. Good balance between both. Or lack thereof, whichever way you want to look at it. Here comes Kallari, though, sneaking up in here invisibly. Gonna start dealing some damage on Yufel. Gonna get brought back. Yufel one shot. Can Brain Freeze run around and finish him? They do. Shui now running away as well, taking some damage. Good hit by Kallari, actually. First blood goes to, or no, rather, first blood was to Yufel. So first blood for their team was by that Kallari.
As well.
Here comes Faded Ren, though, aggressing on that Bellica in mid. Skyla trying to run away, trying to hit him with that Seismic Assault through the wall. Still running away. Faded Ren still chasing. We got Cranky Trash Can in the mid. Maybe he's going to help come off, maybe not. Skyla up there just playing around with the Rampage. But now Kallari is running behind Cranky Trash Can. She is invisible, I do believe so. Cranky Trash Can does not see Kallari there, but nothing's going to happen from it. it's hard with these theater replay glitches. You never know, like, if an invisibility bug is working or not. If, you know, you got to look at the reactions from the other players. You don't know if the health bar is right or not.
Mana, levels, cards.
Meanwhile,
last game, I saw Bellica with 36 points at 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Gotta love the bugs.
I was gonna say that something was going down. There was a 1v1 showdown in solo lane, but both parties backed off of each other. But there is Kalari in mid lane jumping on Cranky Trash Can underneath that tower, taking a lot of damage. Is not actually gonna be able to take out Cranky Trash Can. He's gonna use that Bramble Patch, slow her down, and just dance around her, do a little do-si-do. And Kalari is gonna end up dying to that tower. Early on, towers still matter. I mean, hashtag tower lives matter. They might not be the strongest in the game, but they are still very deadly early on nonetheless.
They still have damage, they can still kill you, they are still a threat.
River buffs about to spawn. We see God mode next to one. I don't believe he's gonna. Oh, Kalari's actually invading that rampage and the green buff. Gonna flip on out of there, however. Gonna try and run away from that rampage. Oh no, never mind. Rampage is getting taken down by that Murdoch as well. Murdoch showed up. Kalari does get destroyed again by Cranky Trash Can. He shows up out of nowhere, uses that Bramble Patch, but then gets taken down by that really good rotation from Silver Phoenix. So we've got ourselves a game here. We got a good amount of kills both ways right now. 3-3 is what my scoreboard says. I don't know if that's correct though.
Yeah, that is correct. Bellica has got 2 kills. Kalari's 0-2, but does have 2 assists. The kills are all spread out onto the side of Ascend, just not on the Revenant.
We got Muriel getting caught out here by the Wraith and the Decker, and she's going to be taken down. Left alone by the carry. I don't know what was going on there. Maybe she was going to put down a ward, and Yufel and Shui just read that play. But here comes Bellica trying to get a knock-up and bomb off. Bomb lands, knock-up doesn't. And they're going to do a little bit of damage, but she should really get down back to that mid lane because both Sour and Cranky Trash Can are now pushing this mid lane and applying pressure to it. Bellica is now rotating over. Both Cranky Trash Can and Sour are reading that play, though. They're going to come in there. Bramble Patch goes down. Sour throwing down those hits. Is Revenant going to use his homing missiles? He is, but it's not even going to matter. Kalari shows up, but just a tad bit too late. And Yufel and Shree are back in the dual lane, going to push that now. Sour seems to be rotating back to his solo lane. Cranky Trash Can going to keep going to the mid. So Sour did a really good rotation there. Kalari is over here in mid, though. Is going to go and ambush Cranky Trash Can. But will this repeat itself? Will history repeat itself? Will Cranky Trash Can kill Kalari one more time if she gets too aggressive? Stay tuned. Find out next time on the next Dragon Ball Z episode. Sour, though, taking a little bit of damage from God Mode. God Mode getting very aggressive. What God Mode does have, however, is he does have that passive on Murdoch that gives him that extra range. And if he utilizes it perfectly, if he does play Murdoch a lot, which seems to me as he does, he'll know exactly how much of a range bonus he'll get and when he'll get it, and he'll be able to time it well and really be able to bully Sour in a way that Sour can't respond, especially when he's amongst his minions, because those homing missiles are just going to hit all the minions. Although Sour does deal a little bit damage on God Mode. They're having a nice little do-si-do here. Both really, really low. And Sour actually does end up falling to God Mode. So first kill goes to God Mode. You are beating me in those bets right now. But here comes Cranky Trash Can. Gonna try and kill him. Kalari ults in with that Death Sentence, slows her down, does some damage, and does make God Mode a savior in that sense. God Mode is able to escape pretty well. Cranky is going to get that regen buff, however. Here's Skyla with Bellica, going to miss the knockup, going to miss the bomb, going to use the ult, but it's not going to matter much because Kalari's not going to catch up to that Faye. And over there in dual lane, however, we do have Faded Ren ulting in. He's going to be trying to get Muriel. Muriel bounces out of the way. Shui does land that stasis bomb. It looks like Rampage is going to go in there. He's going to use the Rumble. Muriel gets backed up by Wraith, and she gets taken down. Rampage kind of low on health, but it's not going to matter. It's just a Twin Blast. Yufel having a field day with Twin Blast, outranging him with his sniper rifle. And yeah, just really good performance all around. But so far, it looks like Ascend is taking the early lead here on the situation.
Yeah, in the carries, there's a 2-point lead. Wraith is building into his OP. I believe he does have his guard piercer and nitro boost 1 point into intellects.
That 1 point in the intellect is giving him that onslaught gem active, which is really good for Wraith. That helps him snipe more often, helps him use his, back it up more often, and just in general makes him more of a nuisance. So a really nice tier 1 intellect gem for Wraith. We got Rampage trying to get a rock over here on Murdoch. I don't think anything's going to happen, but Sour is stealth. Cranky Trash Can is with Rampage, and now they're going to look for a dive here on Murdoch, but I think Murdoch read the scenario very well and just backed up. Not going to try anything risky. Rampage does seem to be caught out in the middle of their jungle, though. Is he going to get some help? He does get knocked up, does get hit by the Bellica Bomb. God Mode is right there. He does actually use the rock on Murdoch. Murdoch's going to get obliterated here by all those ults popping on him at once. Kallari comes out of nowhere, as is per usual with her invisibility. Does get a kill. Ends up killing Rampage, but then they answer back and kill Kallari. So Murdoch and Rampage falling for that team right there for Silver Phoenix. I forgot their name momentarily. Or rather, I'm sorry. Kallari and Murdoch fell. Faded Rend, Rampage on Team Ascend. It's hard enough keeping track of everything that's going on. It's even harder when you have, like, death timers not appearing or models still remaining on the map. You know, Murdoch's still just chilling there in midair. He's just trying to do a moonwalk. And then there's the actual Murdoch run past. He did a shadow clone jutsu. He's not there anymore. Oh, great. And every time I click on Murdoch, now it's going to go to this clone of his. Wow. All right. Thanks, game.
Oh, now you told me that. I clicked it and that looks hilarious.
Oh.
What's happened to his arm?
I don't know.
Moving on.
Yeah, that's weird. Anyway, Faye killing Muriel here. Decker, Wraith. Yep. Same old, same old. Dual lane now is getting attacked. Looks like Brain Freeze is going to go down. There are 4 members from Team Ascend. Kallari couldn't help out. And this is really where it starts to show that they don't have a solid tanky initiator. Especially when you're going to start doing a lot of Fangtooth, which is exactly what Ascend is going to do right now. Kallari is going to ult in on Revenant and go and kill him. They're not going to contest Fangtooth at all, it seems. Maybe Bellica will try to steal it. Nope, she backs off. But they are pushing down that solo lane over there on the right side of the map. God Mode and Master Death together. So while Ascend does get those kills, they do get the Fangtooth. Silver Phoenix are going to try and take this tier 2 tower. They are dealing quite a bit of damage on it. I mean, if they...
I think it's going down.
Yeah, if they stick with it, it can definitely go down. So they got a tier 2, and maybe even do some damage on Cranky Trashcan here is going to end up running away. And then Ascend, the rest of Team Ascend is going to back from that Fangtooth and going to come up. But Team Ascend, up 1 Fangtooth, but down a tier 2 tower. So how do you make... What do you make of this? What's going on?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. It just seems to be back and forwards. Ascend tried to do something. The others just reply with something else. Create map pressure elsewhere, taking the T2 for that Fangtooth. Like,
I think those are good.
They can't go for them engagements. That's the thing. They have to split the team up and take them out that way.
Yeah, with Kallari, they have really good split pushing capabilities, which they made a really good decision there, having those two go for a tier 2 rather than try and run back, because, I mean, MOBAs are in general really big on decision making, and speaking of really good decision making, we got an Orb Prime at 13 minutes from Ascend. Are they going to be able to secure it? Yes, they are. Now they got to get out of there unscathed, or are they going to end up fighting? Skyla's gonna go way down. Muriel shows up. Master Death, that Kallari is very low, but here comes that Twin Blast. Twin Blast is gonna end up killing the Wraith, and I mean, they got the Prime, but they all died. We got 4 members of Silver Phoenix up, and now they're gonna push for his second tier 2. No minions to help him though, but Are they gonna go for it?
Who needs minions when towers do 5 damage?
And they're gonna go for it. They're gonna get a second tier too. So, what looked like a good start for Ascend, it looked like a really good start. I mean, they're still up on kills. Doesn't look so good anymore. Just a bad fight. They really should have gotten out of there, in my opinion. They were really low from that early prime take.
Yeah, sometimes you can capitalize from that and take an inhib early on in the game. Sometimes that happens and you lose a T2.
I think they got a bit too cocky there. I think Wraith should have just popped his invisibility ult, and everybody should have just ran away. But, you know, in hindsight, things always look clearer.
Yeah. They're the masters, they're here, we're not. That's the reason why they do things.
They do the things they do because stuff and things. Fangtooth does let out a mighty roar, letting everybody know that it has spawned. Have we ever learned the anatomy of Fangtooth? Is Fangtooth a male or a female?
Can't be gender neutral.
Gender neutral. Okay, I guess you're right. 2018, very important. But gender is different from sex, right? Biological sex is different from gender.
And meanwhile, the Fae does go down.
Yeah, I noticed that. I just didn't want to say anything because I'm way more interested in understanding the anatomy of Fangtooth, which is related to the discussion because it is going down. So, I mean, if I knew that it was a male, I could say, oh, the Fangtooth is getting neutered right now by Ascend. But I don't know. It wasn't Ascend. It was Silver Phoenix.
Yeah, that was Silver Phoenix.
I just saw a Faded Ren in there, but he, I think he was trying to steal it. Did he end up stealing it? I don't think so.
I don't think so, because Ascend... Wait, no, Ascend did get it, because they've got a much more gold lead now. English.
I think Faded Ren does take it, 'cause he does have a Flame of Zetch in there. Nobody has a Flame of Zetch on the other side, and I did see a large amount of health go down on the Fangtooth while I was spectating it from a certain angle. We have Kallari on the inhibitor, though. I mean, okay. Nobody was paying attention to the wave. Kallari ended up riding it, and they got an inhibitor. So,
that's all you need.
That's Silver Phoenix for you. Just really upsetting Ascend right now. Really just destroying them right now in terms of towers. Like, no tier 2s for Ascend right now, while Silver Phoenix has 2 tier 2s and an inhibitor, and it's not even 20 minutes yet.
Yeah, you do have the Knight of Asher on Kallari, Growth Totem on Heavy Hitter on Murdoch. Death Crawler is built onto Revenant. Other than that, there's not too much else. You got whatever it is, Numbing Rogue on the Rampage.
I appreciate you taking charge of the inventory system when mine is always glitching out, because right now it still says that Muriel is level 3 for me.
Yeah, I'm having a +10, -10 and try to get back into spot, but...
We got Revenant all alone here, getting knocked up by Bellica. Kallari popping out of the shadows to deal some damage. And gonna use her ult to try and catch up, but Kallari's actually gonna end up being contained by Decker. Just kidding, she can flip out. Just kidding, she was brought back by Wraith and ended up dying. That's why Wraith is just reset that. Yeah, and Revenant got out, so just really good teamwork, good rotation. We were talking about earlier how Wraith is a good counter to Kallari, not just because of the who's there, but also to back it up. Kallari's main thing is that she's squishy, but she has one of the best escapes and mobilities in the game, whereas she can do both invisibility and flip up, and control the flip too, so it's not as predictable to know where she lands. But that all does not even matter when you have Wraith, who could just bring her back to the same spot where she was after wasting her flip.
Alternatively, she ults across the map and you back her up.
You know what? That's a really good question. I don't know. That's a good. I believe Wouldn't she go back? Right? Or is it...
Kalari ults from across the map, she goes back 5 seconds to where she was before, so she'll go back before she ulted.
No, I think it's either 5 seconds or a distance, and it chooses which one is more. So I don't think she would go all the way back. I think they would do the distance at that part. Or no, not the one who's more, the one that's less.
I've always seen it that she goes back to the
Maybe
spot.
she does go back. Does chat know? Let's take a look real quick at chat. It's straight time. She goes back across the map.
I never see many Kalaris.
She goes back across the map. I just never witnessed it personally, but she does go back across the map. Thank you,
it's quite
stream.
hilarious if they do it from the core.
That's pretty funny. that's pretty funny.
Kalari trying to shove up right lane into Sour.
Sour just trying to run around in circles, wait for a teammate to show up. Ends up dying though. Kalari does kill him.
Yeah, and there's the trade.
There's the trade.
Not too bad. But...
So we lost the Revenant, but Silver Phoenix lost the Kalari. We got a push going down mid lane with Cranky Trash Can and Faded Ren and Shui. Ufel is on his way as well. They really got to get something here. They still do not have a tier 2. It's already past 20 minutes. The other team has 2 tier 2s and an inhibitor. Really pushing them back right now, having super minions go against him. And Ufel actually gets picked off. Will he end up falling? I don't believe so. He's way back there.
Yeah,
but
Brain Freeze gets picked off though.
Brain Freeze gets picked off. Faded Ren goes down to God Mode. God Mode's still chasing, and he does end up killing Wraith.
God Mode going God Mode.
Yeah, God Mode making some big plays here. So, I guess your prediction was right. I mean, God Mode is definitely beating Sour in the solo lane.
Can I just point one thing out? Deathcrawler on Murdoch. Is it good? Because I never play it personally, but...
I've never put Deathcrawler on Murdoch. I also don't play carries much, so I can't really tell you what the meta on carries is. I know I love me some Deathcrawler on Kalari, though, and if it's anything similar, which I'm assuming it would be, it could be really, really good. Especially with the bonus that he gets from his passive. So he is chasing Cranky Trash Can right now. Is he going to get this kill, though? He is. Yeah. It looks like he's just playing Call of Duty right now, really. He's just going for kills, and he got another one.
Kalari mains be like... barely missing that rock in mid.
Yeah, I think God Mode is really pulling it out here for them. Silver Phoenix is going on to go and talk to Mr. Fangtooth again. I believe that Kalari is going to try and solo this, actually.
God Mode just waiting at the river buff.
God Mode hungry for kills. I think that's really what he's trying to do. He's trying to get another pick. But he's not even needed.
He is so fed.
They're going to go...
do it. He's level 16.
They're going to go for Orb Prime, it seems, because Ascend has 3 team members over there in dual lane. This looks like...
picked up on left lane by Wraith and Rampage. But, like I said, they answer with something else.
Sour trying to get in there, not going to help. Brain Freeze and Murdoch. Just the power of 2 carries and a Kalari. Just so much damage. They're going to get out of there. No harm, no foul. Bellica's going to be the only one that's not going to have Prime, but... or I'm sorry. Not Bellica. What am I saying?
Yeah, Bellica's not going to get Prime.
Oh, it is Bellica. Right. I was for some reason looking at Decker. I'm so silly. Okay.
Well, Decker doesn't have Prime either, so...
Oh, yeah. Well, yep. I guess I'm not wrong. Yeah, but Bellica's not going to have Prime for that team. I don't believe it's going to matter. I think the real big key players here are Kalari and Murdoch when it comes to Prime. The only person that I don't think I'm glitched on is Kalari, and she's just using a Knight of Asher. That's it. Do I see that right?
What was that?
Kalari's item is just Knight of Asher?
Knight of Asher.
That's
Yes,
it.
because she does gain that 2.5 damage per attribute. So she's got 27 attributes, so that's 27 times 2.5.
Do some quick math, and that's 67.5 bonus damage.
Yes, plus with the scaling of basic damage itself, it's a lot. You can see how she shreds through Cranky, the Sour.
Yeah, still very, very interesting. I have never seen a Kalari with order. I see a lot of chaos, you know, a lot of Deathcrawler. I see death with the early game cards are really good because they have the armor penetration. But that's really interesting.
Yeah, if you are running a Knight of Asher build, you take stuff for the early game and just build straight into that Knight of Asher. As you hit 20 points, that's when you really excel, then having 2 cards.
Well, they
And
check out another tier 2 over there on the Silver Phoenix side.
the best thing about Knight of Asher as well, it only gets stronger until you reach 25, 25, 25.
Which I don't think anyone ever does.
I have done it once when I was Wukong.
Brain Freeze goes down, that girl goes down, and they are able to clear them out. But Kalari over there, all alone, split pushing. Like we mentioned earlier, Kalari's a great split pusher. Proves it right there. Takes
And there
another
goes the other
inhibitor.
one. Yeah, just doing exactly the same and same again. Just take the fight somewhere else. Kalari splits push. Creates pressure somewhere else. Takes whatever they need. Gets out.
Because Kalari can, you know, ult into the fight at any time. Which is why she's such a great split pusher. She can be across the map in 2 seconds. And the only way she can be sent back is by a Wraith bringing back. She's going to solo that Fangtooth for the team as well. So they got a bunch of Fangtooths. They got the Orb Prime. Now they're going to defend this tier 2 over here in dual lane. This is a trend that we're starting to see here. This is the second game that I've commentated today, that we've commentated today, where the early game goes in one team's favor, and then it's just a complete reversal, and then they just can't come back.
Like, if you look at the drafts, I would have said that Ascend would have had it. Like, Wraith, Revenant, Rampage, Fae, even the Decker, they are all very strong, especially compared to the opposition.
It's another thing that we just gotta love about this game is that sometimes it just comes down to what people are good with. Not necessarily the heroes themselves, but if they're good with those heroes that they picked. And if they're able to pull it out with a strat that maybe others aren't prepared for, others have not seen before, now they're just having a really hard time zeroing in on the damage dealers on this squad because there's just so many of them. You have Murdoch, you have Twin Blast, you have Kalari, and then you have Bellica, who also does a lot of damage and also is great for utility and has a great stun. And Muriel's there to just keep them all alive. So it's really, this reminds me of a lot of Legacy days back where you would have one support, 3 carries, and 1 jungler, usually a Rampage or a Grux or something tankier. And that's all you needed because Muriel was just so great and the carries were just so amazing. And as we're saying that right now, again, with just so much DPS going down in dual lane, and now we have 4 people, no, all 5 people from Silver Phoenix in the dual lane taking down that Rampage. And they're going to push. They're going to go for this 3rd inhib. They're not done. They're not done playing with their meat right now, with their food. That sounded really bad the first time. We're just going to ignore that.
We knew what you meant. Alright, you got Bellica in the jungle zoning them out if they try to come for a flank. While everyone else just pushes straight down while that Rampage is still out. Belica has picked up Sleeping Agent though, so it's probably the Faye that's going to get that in the face.
God Mode gets stunned, taking a lot of damage. They're just going for this inhibitor right now. They do not care if they stay alive. Both Twin Blast and Murdoch go down. So does Kalari. Now Ascent has a chance to do something here. Even though they're down 3 inhibitors, they can at least regroup a little bit. You know, comeback does seem grim, but they are killing that Muriel as well. And now the whole map is just blue with heroes from Ascend, but it's all orange from the minions from Silver Phoenix.
Like, people will say you can't come back from this, but like I say, you can come back from anything. The game's not over till the core falls.
And it just takes good coordination. What they need to do is they just need to do another big power play, kill the whole team, and they'll be able to actually push for core with these death timers now as we move on to 30 minutes. If Faye can do a good enough job of just playing defense here, while also building up gold, while the rest of the team push down, I mean, it seems like they're finally going to get a tier 2 here. Is it too little too late, though? That's the question. Rampage missing the rock.
This is one problem that Ascend do have. They've only really got Faye for the wave clear.
Problem or not, they do end up getting 1 inhibitor, though, so that makes their life a little bit easier. They do that one more time where they wipe the other team, and they might be able to get Prime and push through that one side and take core. That's their best shot at winning this. Because waves are not going to be pushing in their direction, that's for sure. In their favor, rather. And that's going to be another Fang Tooth, it seems, for Silver Phoenix. If Kalari just keeps working on this one.
Just trying to extend that lead.
Yeah, which I can't even see her. She's permanently invisible on my screen. But I know she's there thanks to our map. That's another Fang Tooth. What's that, 4 now?
4 or 5, yeah.
God Mode, is he going to get caught out? Oh, it seems like God Mode has the invisibility buff. Now he finally fires a shot. Going to try and kill Sour very quickly, and they do. Here comes Cranky Trash Can trying to take out the Murdoch. Faded Ren running around in circles, trying to not die, but it's not helping much because the rest of his team is. There goes down Cranky Trash Can, and again, this just... Kalari ends up going down, though, so Ascend does have that for them. But the rock does not land on Murdoch. He does not get stunned. And Brain Freeze over there on the side trying to poke up and do some damage to the people. Here comes God Mode, though. He's got that Relentless Pursuit. Passive, not letting the enemy get away. His movement speed does increase when the enemy is low. He's going to try and get that final kill. Rampage is going to get knocked up, and he's going to get taken down. Thanks, Belica, for the stun. Thanks, God Mode, for the DPS. And Rampage is done. This looks like it might be very well game.
Looks GG. Can I just point out, Ascend have a 13,000 gold lead while having 4 kills on top. It just
and
proves
they still
that
lost.
Objectives, kills is great, but objectives is what wins you games.
Objectives, PTFO or GTFO?
No one's got a Grim here, so PTFO.
Alrighty, so UFL picked Wraith again. What's Sour going to pick for solo lane this time? Revenant didn't work out too well last time, so we might see something different. Again, picks are the Fae. Picks are the Fae. Oh, he's going to go Kwang. Yeah, bans are the Fae and Kalari. So we see Dagger on Face. 94. Level 94. Just level 94 phase. Going for that level 99 before the game dies, I think.
Yeah, got 3 days. Well, 4 days.
Wow. That's commitment. That's dedication.
Yeah, I think the highest I've got is Quang level 13.
So the draft did switch up a little bit. The team comps are a little bit different, so it'd be interesting to see how it goes this time. All right, and we're off. Round 2 of the semifinals between Ascend and Silver Phoenix. We got Ascend on in the orange on the dusk side, right? Yeah.
Cranky is going jungle, is he now? And he's got
Wukong
Faded
jungle.
on the Revenant mid. This is something I love to see, is the Wukong jungle. I love it. He's not an assassin, he's not a tank. He's that nice sweet spot with a stun.
And the slow from his leap as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, once he got that stun in his kit, once he got that rework to his Ruiji Bang, it really does give him more of a jungling role. Still not my top pick of a jungler. I prefer him split pushing down in solo lane, but that's just what they decided to go with, and they're gonna have Kwang in solo lane because they do want some tankiness. They do want some frontline in that roster of theirs.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm a jungle main and I love playing Wukong in Diamond, so...
I'm a jungle main and I love playing Grux and Savarog. So, I don't know. That's to each their own.
As long as it's not Feng Mao, it's fine.
Yeah, rip Feng Mao.
Like,
it used to be so good.
He was one of the unnecessary reworks.
Yeah.
Rip.
Rip Mao. God mode is still on his Murdoch. Gonna try and keep Kwang at bay because he does have that range advantage. We got Brain Frizz back on Twin Blast again. Dat Girl on phase. I think Dat Girl is gonna have an even better time on phase. One, because it's a level 94 phase. She probably plays her a little bit. And two, because being able to synergize with 2 carries as phase, that could be dangerous. Good amount of DPS as well with her Hyperflux. And of course, you know, pulling them away to safety. FaZe just has one of the better kits in the game, in my opinion. Just really versatile, really useful. She's always been a top tier pick. I mean, before she used to be really, like when she first came out, she was very, very overpowered. And then they nerfed her a little bit, but she was still really, really good. And Wukong is actually ganking solo lane right now. I don't think Murdoch knows. Lands the tether. Gonna stun him back under the tower. The minions are taking the tower aggro, and it looks like God mode's gonna go down.
Yep, that's first blood.
First blood.
Just showing why Wukong is so good. He comes up from behind, shoves you into that tower.
And you're done. Meanwhile, we got Rampage missing the rock mid on Faded Ren. We got Bellica missing the knock-up on Faded Ren, and he's just gonna tickle both of them back and be like, hey guys, stop sucking. Don't miss your stuns. Wukong chilling near duo lane. Probably going to try and gank something for their friends there. Or just give vision.
Yeah, just try to de-ward.
Faded Ren gets knocked up by Bellica. Rampage should not have missed that rock. I think it clipped the corner of the tower as trying to hit it in time before Bellica's stun wore off. Just almost a good play there, but couldn't connect.
If the rock connected, I would have probably said Revenant would have died.
Yep. He would have died again because, you know, he's Revenant, so he came back the first time.
Like, this is one thing I've never seen. Like, is he actually like an ghost entity kind of thing?
He's basically like he's basically like a demon. He's a Revenant. That's what Revenant means, you know. It's someone who came back to I don't know. I don't remember if the motive is specifically revenge, but a Revenant is someone that's basically either stuck in between life and death and just walks the earth, or came back to for some sort of goal, and usually a demon, because I think he sold his soul. Like, his lore is that he sold his soul to the devil or something, and then he came back.
That would make a lot of sense.
Okay, so Twin Blast over here, getting the gold. Gets pulled away by FaZe. Nice. Could have been in real big trouble. Fangtooth has spawned, declaring the 5-minute mark.
Bellica does pick up a purple buff and is heading right.
So now God Mode has a chance to redeem himself after getting ganked. Bellica does land the knockup. Lands the bomb, but they just don't do enough damage on Kwang right away with that. But like you said, God Mode is level 5. Bellica is level 5 as well. But God Mode gets tethered, hit by that Light of the Heavens. And I think Kwang is gonna... Is he gonna back here? No, he's not gonna back.
No?
No, he's not gonna back. He's gonna wait for those minions. God Mode does not push up. He does not feel safe. Bellica's back to mid. Revenant does hit her a little bit. Quite a lot of bit, actually. And Faded is just having fun in mid lane right now as Revenant. You know, he's kind of untouchable. As soon as I say that, Rampage ults but misses another rock, man. I'm kind of getting frustrated for this Rampage. Because, like I said, I'm a jungle main. I have to know how to play Rampage. And those rocks right now, they are not cutting it for these semifinals. Revenant could have died twice. He got very lucky.
Yeah, I played Rampage the past couple of days. We're not playing for like 2 months. And the satisfaction when you hit a long-range rock, which he could have done, I wouldn't say easily, but they're not the most difficult ones to land.
There was a time where they not recently, but at the moment in time, it was recent, where they reworked his rock and it was a bit heavier. And the pathing of it was different. But Brain Freeze goes down in the dual lane. So I don't know if you noticed that, but he was pulled by FaZe. But as soon as that happened, UFell used the Bring It Back, and it brought Twin Blast all the way back. Now, Rampage finally hits a rock on UFell. He's going to try and go for it. FaZe is going to use her Energy Land, slow him down, root him. UFell is going to go down right after casting that Bring It Back to no avail, basically. So a trade on the carries. Pretty even. Here comes Murdoch. They're definitely going to go for mid again because Faded Ren just loves... And again, Rampage just cannot connect with the rock when it comes to hitting Revenant. It's just a curse. He's cursed. Here comes Cranky Trashcan, though. Knocks Skyla under the tower with that stun that you were talking about, and that's easy pickings. So good reversal by Cranky Trashcan. Murdoch does end up killing Revenant. Cranky Trashcan almost on Murdoch. Does end up killing him alongside with Kwang. Rampage does hit...
Finally.
Yeah, Rampage does hit Wukong, but now he's back in it with Sour. He popped the ult, but he's not going to get enough health back to survive that, and he's going to go down as well. And now it's a big bonus here for Ascend. Are they going to go for Fangtooth?
Yeah. One thing I do want to point out, there was a 3-man versus Rend in mid. This is why Revenant is so key, because he can just ult one person, run the hell away, and he is safe. If he was a Fae, he would have been butchered alive, is the polite way of saying it, I believe.
Yeah, something like that. Just a lot of regrouping going on right now. River buffs are about to spawn, so we're going to go ahead and see what Cranky Trashcan is going to end up doing. He is glitched on my screen. He's still showing as level 3 right now, but he's going to go over to God mode. Going to flip on over, trying to... Yep, he's going to stun him against the wall, and Sour and Cranky are just completely annihilating God mode right now with that duo of Kwang and Wukong.
Cranky is level 9, so he does have that level 2 ult.
Let's go ahead and take a break while there's not too much stuff in the action. Go ahead and talk to us about the items and the gold.
Okay, so you've got Rampage picking up Growth Totem and his Tyrant. Twin Blast has Wound Seeker, I forgot the name then, with God Mode. Bellica does have the Mana Flow Acolyte with 7 points in there, so she's got 4 procs of that. Wukong, not a lot apart from his Tyrant. Wraith with his Guard Piercer, Sour, Quang, Growth Totem, and Revenant with the Guard Piercer. The gold is in favour of Ascend by 8,000. Just trying to see where the main bits are. It's the jungler's Cranky to Master Death. Is Wukong favoured 3k. Rest of it is just scattered across the team.
While you're going over those, a lot of stuff has happened. There's currently a fight going on in jungle on the Dusk side. Murdoch is trying to run away from Sour. Sour is trying to catch up to him. Trying to land that tether. And Wraith is right behind him. He does land that tether. Wraith is right there, connects the snipe. Sour does end up killing him with the Light of the Heavens. Skylar there trying to help with the knockup. Does get brought back by Wraith. Also taking some damage here from Quang. Gets pulled away to safety by FaZe as well. A lot has happened, though, in those 2 to 3 minutes there, though. 2 tier 1 towers fall on the side of Silver Phoenix. Ascend does get those 2 tier 1s. Wraith, Ufel gets a few kills. Faded Rend ends up taking that middle tier 1 while you fell, and I think Cranky Trashcan made his way over to the dual lane as well, and they took out that tier 1 as well. Now we got Master Death, again missing another rock on Revenant. He just cannot connect on Revenant. He's been hitting other people. He's been hitting others, but he just cannot hit Revenant, unfortunately. Faded Ren just knows how to dance around it, I guess. Faded Ren does usually jungle, so he probably knows how that works.
Or he's got like a barrier of something around him, which just pushes the rockets away. So no, he's a Revenant. He could have other demonly axe. However, he's invading and backs out.
If you guys have missed it, Ascend is actually down in total games. Silver Phoenix is up 1-0. Silver Phoenix wins this game, they'll win the series, so Ascend really doesn't want that to happen. God Mode going down again. Brain Freeze coming in, dealing some damage on Sour. Sour running around, doing a loop-de-loop and pull like SpongeBob. Is he going to get out of there? He is not. Brain Freeze is going to go ahead and kill him. He's going to get attacked by Faded Ren. He's going to get sent into the Shadow Realm where they're going to have to duel for their life points. Are they going to do it? Nope, Brain Freeze is going to die. He's going to get down all the way to 0. Rampage gets stunned, pushed away by Wukong, and now it is a big advantage for Ascend. What are they going to do with this man advantage? Well, Ufel is over there in the other lane pushing that tier 2.
Yeah, I think Ascend are trying to pick up a bit of what the enemy were doing before with the split pushing. It was normally the Kalari, but now Ufel is trying to take up a bit of the slack and go for the T2 while the fight's happening on right lane.
We see Cranky Trashcan and friends on this Fangtooth right now. This will be the first Fangtooth of the game. We are 13.5 minutes into the game. Here comes Silver Phoenix trying to contest this. Let's go ahead and see who ends up getting it. I can't tell. I can't tell if somebody stole it or not. Nonetheless, though, the Rampage and the Murdoch do end up falling, which is not good news for Silver Phoenix. Ascend is now on a roll, getting a triple kill. So whether or not they did get that Fangtooth, they are still having the advantage. There goes Skyla as well. Actually, all the enemies are dead. And they're going to go over for OP.
Yeah, because the short times are so short, they can't push in here. Orb is probably the best call, so they can re-push into a tier 2, maybe in here after that. Or even if they back out and try to just get their next power spike, and then try to re-engage with that prime buff.
They got Aura Prime at 14 minutes. So that's going to be a really big advantage. Just even the gold itself is just really good to have. That happened really fast. I couldn't tell if a shot came out of Murdoch at the last second and took that Fangtooth or not. I couldn't hear the announcer say whether it was ally or enemy. But whether or not that happened, that was still really, really, really good for Ascend. And they finally look like they got a grip on their lives, and you know they stacked their 401ks, and now they're going out and trying to get this game back, or getting the series back rather with this game.
I do think they are back on their comfort picks. Like, as I saw Dusty was saying in the chat, cranky on his Wukong. And he is showing why Wukong is so strong, 5-0 and 5. And with the most last hits in the game as well. Like, for a jungler, that's insane.
It really is. Wukong also, you know, with that passive gold bonus, he can do things that other junglers cannot. He can just be very, very useful. He's definitely the most useful. If he's a jungler, he can just be like a 5th teammate as a laner too. So he can do both, which does make him very versatile. The Rampage does end up going down thanks to Kwong, and they end up getting a tier 2 here. Now they are advancing. Skyla ends up going down. That's that Belica that we talked about earlier. Now it's only 3 people left. We have Dat Girl, God Mode, and Brain Freeze on the defense in the tower here. Sour is actually just going to take the inhib damage, trying to tank it for Faded Ren while he was stuck in the Shadow Realm. And now they're going to go back here and take this inhibitor. God Mode does get stunned by Wukong, gets taken down. That's 3 down for Silver Phoenix. Yufel chasing that phase, just being very, very aggressive. Does end up killing her, taking a lot of damage from the core, but he's not going to go down. Cranky Trash Can going to go onto this tower. Even though there are no minions, they're still just going to go for it, it seems.
Why not? They've got the Rev. They've got. Wait, no Rev. No, Revs is still here, yeah. They've got the Wukong, they've got the Quang, they've got the Mirror for shielding, they've got the Wraith with the attack speed. They can whittle it down a lot.
That's exactly what they did. They're not going to finish it off, but they're going to whittle it down. And they're going to get a tier 2 mid. So they're just cleaning house with this Orb Prime. That definitely helped them a lot in that 2-minute span of which they had Orb Prime. Pretty solid stuff. And now they're going to go over and take another Fangtooth. Just running this game right now.
Yeah, might as well take that Fangtooth. Got nothing else to do on the map apart from defend right lane. But it's going to take a while to even get there.
How much is there of a gold difference between these two teams right now?
There is a 32k difference in favor of Ascend.
The numbers say it all. That's impressive. $32K. Wow.
Yeah, Murdoch's just been bullied so hard, he's only about 15k. Meanwhile, Quang is over on 19.
That Belica just got taken down in mid. We got Rampage ulting and using his boulder on Yufel. They're trying to take him down. If they're able to take down Yufel, that would be a great bonus. But Muriel comes in with the ult, giving Yufel some more shield. Yufel is going to miraculously survive. Revenant is going to come in there. They're going to get a triple kill. They're going to get 4 kills on that reversal. And again, they're up 5-1. They're going to push for this middle inhibitor. And I have no doubt in my mind that they will be able to take it successfully.
Once again, proving why Muriel was such an amazing support, especially mid-late game. She gives that immediate shielding when people need it. Like, Wraith was as good as gone without it. And the shield just kept coming. Rampage, probably very furious about it, as everyone is versus a Muriel. But, yeah.
The brilliant fortification coming out there from FaZe, I do believe. Actually, no. FaZe doesn't have it.
Yeah, it's FaZe.
Oh, she did have it? Okay.
Yeah.
My cards are glitched. Right, I forgot. Yeah, FaZe. It was going to be weird if it was anyone but FaZe, to be honest.
Yufel does go down on the retreat, though.
Wukong takes that tier 1. He is split pushing, and he's going for a tier 2. I don't think there's any rotation going out from Silver Phoenix right now, to be honest. He probably sees that there's 3 mid. And yeah, he's going to go for it. He's going to get this tier 2. Again, because Wukong is just such a good split pusher.
He might as well. He's got 4 levels on the Rampage, which is their highest level. He's got 10k on their Twin Blast.
Like, Sour joins the party, though, and he's looking to try and do something. Wukong's just going to 1v1 that Rampage, though. Just out DPS him. Here comes Revenant. They're going to end up killing God Mode. Brain Freeze on his way, but here's Sour. Rampage ends up falling as well. Again, another 2-man advantage. Sour hits him with the Judgment of the Heavens. Is he going to go in? Yes, he is. Sour's going to go in, tank that inhibitor. Are his teammates going to follow, though? Revenant is around the corner there, trying to look for something, but Fang 2 does spawn. Cranky Trashcan does go in on phase, takes her out, and he's going to solo this inhibitor because he's just Wukong, and that's what Wukong does, doing Wukong things. Brain Freeze is the last one alive for the team right here. And it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to counter any of this. There's minions on the core. It's down to under 20%. And Ascend are going to take this game. So we're going to a third game, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, without the Kalari and just that opposite split push, they crumbled. They couldn't get the team fights as Ascend could. And I think that's why they won so well, because Ascend is a much more team-orientated and just that much stronger mechanically in team fights.
Alrighty, everybody. This is game 3 of the semifinals. This is make it or break it right now. And let's go ahead and take a look at the picks. So you guys heard the bans were Kalari and Wukong, so we're not going to be seeing those two in this game at all. Wraith is going to be in the hands of Yufel one more time. He just really feels comfortable with Wraith. Faded Ren is going to be Faye this time. So we're going to see Faye in the middle now because Master Death took Revenant away from Faded Ren. And we got Dat Girl on phase again. And we actually got a Zinx coming out of Skyla right now, which is really, really interesting. Zinx in mid lane should be fun to see. We got Sour on Steel, which is a really solid solo lane pick. And we got Muriel in the hands of Shui. God Mode is on his good old trusty Murdoch one more time, and Brain Freeze is actually going to be Rampage. So it seems like we got ourselves a role switch coming up right here. Looks like Brain Freeze decided to switch with Master Death. Master Death played Rampage last time. Didn't do so hot in the jungle, kept missing a lot of rocks. So that's an interesting decision to make on the side of Silver Phoenix. Winner of these semifinals go on to play Deflinken in the finals. So this is a big game right here. We are off.
To play for.
Yeah, we got everything down on the line right now, right here. Is there a first place prize? And if so, what is it?
So, as far as I'm aware, the first place prize is having their names inscribed into the Prime Pit. If there's any other prize, I'm still not sure. That's still to be decided. But even then, I still think it's half decent prize.
That's an amazing prize. That's amazing.
I've told people that, and they're like, "Oh, that's not that good, is it?" I'm just like, well, it's more of the thought and stuff like that, and everyone's going to see it, so it's little but massive at the same time.
Bro, I'd take that. You mean like it'll be like a little Easter egg, right? Like in the Prime Pit of your guys' game, you just walk up to it and be like, oh hey, there's these guys' names up here.
Pretty much.
That's really cool. I appreciate you guys for doing that. Because then that's like, you know, new players are going to be in there like, what the hell is this? And then it's like, oh, well, you weren't here for Paragon, so
yeah,
you don't know.
It's also another thing. You see people's names and why they're there, and them specifically, you want to find out why. You see they're in a competitive scene. You want to play competitive. You bring your friends in to join a team. So it works both out for us. It helps other teams and just tries to intrigue others. Especially as I have become one around about lore and stuff like that, and finding out why things are they are, and Easter eggs and stuff like that. So, however, on left lane, Cranky Trash Can coming in.
Yeah, trying to gank his way in there with Kwong, does succeed in killing that Murdoch, and that's first blood.
I've just been informed by Osville as well, other prizes are exclusive skins.
Nice. There you go.
As
There's
of what?
good reason.
No.
Good reason to come in first place. Maybe second place could be just skins. If there is a second place prize, I have no idea.
Who knows? Or maybe I already know.
Skylar's gonna drop down, try to get this river buff. Cranky Trash Can comes in, slices at it once, and steals it from the Zinx. Now he's gonna go in on the Zinx. Zinx has no mana. Here comes Faye, and they're gonna take out the Zinx. Zinx should not have dropped down to get that river buff. Rampage is in mid lane with the rock, does whiff the rock, and that is just the story of this team right now. Just nobody on Silver Phoenix can land those rocks right now.
Yeah. Another problem with Zinx before level 5 is she does need that mana to do anything. She's very squishy. She does not have a lot of damage output, especially compared to that Faye.
Cranky Trash Can ganking solo lane now. Trying to tag team with the steal to kill Revenant, and they do successfully do so. Got some interesting stuff going on here in mid lane, though. Faded Ren is kind of low. We got Brain Freeze just chilling in there, being a threat. Cranky Trash Can, though, on his way to hell. Faded Ren does use that ultimate power plant right as a Rampage uses that ult. It's 2 against 1. Will Rampage be able to kill Faye? Yes, he does, after connecting with that rock. But Cranky Trash Can will be able to finish off the Rampage, so there's a trade right there.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Brain Freeze knew he was going to die. He stuck with it. He got the kill. Didn't die for nothing.
And there's something very important that I want to point out here in dual lane of what just happened. So Ufel used to bring it back on God mode to bring him underneath the tower. FaZe waited until that animation occurred all the way to then pull. And she made sure to stay in range with that after image to make sure that that it wouldn't snap beforehand. So that was really good forward thinking on that girl's part.
Well, when you're level 94, you know most interactions with every hero and what not to do, so...
True. True. We got Rampage looking on over to mid lane with the rock. Does land it on Faye. There we go. Rumbles down, slows Faye. Here comes Zinx trying to deal some damage. Here's Revenant as well. Does land the ultimate. It does land the homing missiles, and they do kill her. I'm sorry I keep saying homing missiles. I forget. I think it's Ravage. I think that's the name of that ability. I really should start saying that. Oh, Obliterate. Is Ravage something else?
I don't think so.
Why do I have Ravage in my head then? Alright, Obliterate. Revenant uses Obliterate. It's super effective.
Pokemon meets Paragon.
Pokegon. Skyla is in trouble though, because again, you got the tag team action of Steel and Kwong, and Faye joins the party as well. So now Zinx is down.
Yeah.
And
Zinx is still not even level 5, but she does have that Possessed Strike in just to give her that little bit more sustain. If she had level 5, she could have maybe got out, but who knows? She's still not level 5.
Having that Possessed Spriken, though, was going to be detrimental for her now, because she already died twice in mid lane. Having Possessed Spriken, that's kind of more of a... Oh, Murdoch's dead. Having a more you know, a more important impact early on if you don't die, because it's there to prevent you from dying. You know, if you already die while you have Possessed Brikan, you've kind of just screwed yourself over a little bit, because now you can't use that card slot for something else when you could totally be more efficient with it.
But it does give you 120 health and 10 regen. On Zinx, you may not think that's a lot on any hero, but with her passive and her ultimate, it benefits each other very well. Like, sometimes you see Zinx is running pure health regen, and they are more unkillable than Rampage.
We'll just have to wait and see how this game plays out. Right now, she's definitely at a disadvantage in comparison to Faded Rend.
But she does hit the level 5, so she does have her dirty healing.
We got Revenant coming in, trying to kill that Fae. Does not know that there's a Kwang behind him. Muriel ults in on the Fae with the Reversal of Fortune.
That is a Reversal of Fortune, because now Revenant should die. No, he gets out fine.
Fae got out of there alive. Revenant is back there in the river, but Rampage will end up dying. And so, overall, that was a negative interaction for Silver Phoenix, and they're going for Fangtooth, and Master Death just ended up being in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Luckily, he has his best friend FaZe to pull him away. We're going to see a Fangtooth attempt here from Team Ascend, and God Mode is just not going to do anything about it. He wants to, but he's kind of hesitant, and by the time he figured it out, they're already done.
They can't really steal it. No one has got Zetchin on Silver Phoenix. Cranky Trashcan was there with his already. 5-man there, they couldn't go in, otherwise they would have died. Probably going to a T1, T2, maybe. It just wasn't worth it this early in the game.
Oh, I clicked something wrong. Whoops. What time are we at? You keep running. What time are we at?
9:27.
Okay, I'll catch up to you. Did you pause it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna pause it now. It's at 9:34. On the plus side, your card system will be fixed.
Okay, I'm at 9:36 right now. I paused it.
I'm there too.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Sorry about that. I was trying to move my camera around, and it accidentally made the time bar appear, and I just clicked on that instead. So we're gonna rewatch this a little bit. Gonna do a replay of the Fangtooth. Gonna do a play-by-play analysis here for you guys. Ronan got pulled away. Look at that in slow motion. Where's the camera crew for that one, right? We need like an ESPN slow rewind like booth on this, but sorry about that, technical difficulties. Hopefully we don't get thrown into the waves for that one. But yeah, I mean, Murdoch, I feel like he could have tried to get in there and then have FaZe tether and pull him out of that if they really cared. But they're kind of just nervous right now. I mean, what is the scoreboard looking like for you right now in terms of kills and deaths? Because mine says 7-2.
Yep, that is absolutely correct. 10 assists on the side of Ascend, 1 on Silver Phoenix.
Which just goes to show how much of a team they're playing as. Ascend is.
Yeah, with the 10 assists especially.
And my tower's invisible. But oh well. UFL users bring it back on that Murdoch. Doesn't want anything to do with him at all. Let's take a look at Master Death and Sour over there in the solo lane. Steel is a pretty good counter to Revenant because of his Blade of Armor, helping him with that energy armor.
Yeah, but each rocket does removes one of them. So he's only got 4, and the rest 6 of them do full damage. So it's okay, but not the best. Quang's probably the best counter.
we have Brain Freeze invading Cranky Trash Can for some reason, thinking he can 1v1 him while he has green. He does pop his ultimate, so that's Rampage's ultimate down. But now we're going to have Ufel rotate. A little bit of a miscommunication there because Cranky Trash Can does land the tether, and Ufel does do the bring it back at the same time, but they kill him nonetheless. We have Ufel actually chasing that girl, trying to get some good snipes in there. FaZe does cast Hyperflux, but nothing's going to come from it. God Mode is trying to get some damage up on Faded Ren, which he will, because Skyla does hit that disc, stunning them. But Muriel comes in, saves the day, uses the shield, Alacrity, Consecrated Ground, all of the above. Here comes Cranky Trash Can now on that FaZe, trying to deal some damage, trying to kill her very quickly, get rid of that healing that she can give to Murdoch. He successfully does so. Murdoch's all alone now against a Muriel and a Kwong. Are they going to chase it? No, they are not, because Zinx is over there in mid lane, ready to drop down if need be. There is still a purple buff, though, in the river, so we'll see which team ends up picking that up. But, yeah, just not looking too good for Silver Phoenix. I think they got a little bit too cocky with that first game. They just took the other team by surprise, especially with that Kalari. Probably messed up a lot of Team Ascend's game. And I just think that was really, like you said earlier, I think that was just Master Death's comfort pick. He played a really good Kalari, just not playing the same type of level with these other heroes.
Yeah, I mean, he's not doing too bad this game. He's 1-1-0. But his Kalari was perfect on point. Like, he did have a couple of stupid deaths at the beginning of the game, but Kalari is just really all or nothing hero, I want to say, because she doesn't have that health to sustain herself.
Master Death going down, Steel ult, Shield Slam, landing on two of them. Brain Freeze getting brought back by Wraith, and now that's 2 down for Silver Phoenix. They're going to push on this middle tier 1. No, they're not. They're going to back off and go to Fangtooth. Very interesting. Silver Phoenix looking to contest this Fangtooth. Are they? Maybe, maybe so. Cranky Trash Can taking the brunt of that Fangtooth, though. Their attention is split right here. They don't want to get it stolen, but they don't. So, they did it successfully. Good job. That is now 2 Fangtooths in the possession of Ascend.
Yeah, Silver Phoenix doesn't really have a way of securing while Cranky is there with his section. It's probably up to about 1,900 by now. The only way is to stun lock him, just get him out of it, he can't take it, and hope for the last hit.
God Mode gets greedy and gets lured in and then completely collapsed on by Ascend. Here comes Master Death trying to do some team deathmatch plays, but he gets killed as well, and now Silver Phoenix is just throwing themselves into the maws of Ascend and just feeding them.
This is why Ascend are one of the top teams, because they play so well. They've got great communication. They are where they need to be when they need to be there, even a bit before sometimes, just to make sure it's going to go down properly. And it's showing like you said 12-23 in Ascend.
Yeah, it's teamwork, right? MOBA, it's one of the pillars in MOBAs. Teamwork, communications, map awareness, rotation. It's just, it's crucial. If you don't have it, you're not going to succeed. You're not playing Call of Duty like how God Mode is trying to do. You gotta work together. Otherwise, you won't be able to secure objectives. You won't be able to retaliate. Steel lands the ult on both FaZe and Rampage. They are both caught perfectly together for Kwong to use the Judgment of the Heavens and the Light of the Heavens and the Fury of the Heavens all at once. Rampage goes down as well. We got Revenant up top trying to get this Steel. He does ult him. Will he be able to finish him? Muriel shows up, gives the shield, gives the alacrity, so the speed boost is there. Steel is not going to go down. Neither is Revenant. He walks away. But we got more stuff going down mid lane, where we have God Mode taking a lot of damage from Faye. Faye ends up killing him. Does not reach Zinx with her ultimate, but Wraith does bring her back, and they kill Zinx too. Now 3 down for Silver Phoenix again. Master Death is coming in there. Ufel is feeling really, really confident here. Cranky Trash Can going up against Wraith. Does end up landing the tether up there. Bringing back is Wraith, and Revenant is dead. There's so much stuff going on all in sequence, and they just got a bunch of kills there. They're not able to push up onto the tower, but they don't care. They're going to go for their patented early prime. They're feeling confident at 15.5 minutes, and they want to get this prime.
Yeah,
and I feel like they can do it.
Yeah, you got Rampage and Murdoch going left lane. Zinx is just respawned. Revenant's just respawning. It's a 3 or prime. Now they can just play off that. There's a river buff in left, which is purple, which they can take, but they're deciding to back.
Fangtooth just spawning, so we're gonna have to see. I mean, they know that since Ore Prime was just taken, you have to think that Silver Phoenix knows that they're backing and they're getting all their stuff in their shop. So if they were able to collapse on that right away, they would have been able to take it by now. But unfortunately, they did not think that much ahead, and it looks like Muriel is just going to put a ward there. But I feel like Ascend is the type of team that they want to be sure. When they do something, they want to be 100% sure that when they execute it, it's going to work. So I don't think they're going to just start pushing right now on Ore Prime alone. They definitely want to get this Fangtooth first before they keep going, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, especially with Cranky with the red zone, it's going to die in half the time. Faded on Faye has got her amplification engineer, so
and look what we got here. Everyone came invisible because of Wraith's ult. Insta-killed Zinx with the bring it back. Killed Murdoch. No contest, no question. Oh man, it's just disgusting. Cranky Trashcan over here tanking the tower, dealing some damage to it. They're gonna take that tier 1. Gonna keep on pushing for this tier 2. And yeah, there's 3 people down on
yeah, Revenant's having to deal with right lane. It's like basically 4 people.
This tier 2's gone. It wasn't even there. Now they're gonna push this inhibitor. I'd be surprised if they don't take it.
Yeah, they've got such a commanding lead. It's a 26k.
So for those of you who missed it, Silver Phoenix winning the first game out of this best of 3, then Ascend coming back with a very strong game 2, very dominant performance, and now they're continuing that momentum in game 3.
Yeah, I can't help but feel quite bad for Silver Phoenix. Like, their first game, like, they probably barely won just because of objectives, and now they get slaughtered. But not gonna lie, I'm still really glad that it just proves any team can beat Ascend, any other team who's a top team. Doesn't matter who you are.
That's a second inhibitor down. That Ore Prime really helped Ascend a lot.
Yeah, Faye's gone back for left lane.
Muriel is just such a strong pick. I feel like every team that's had Muriel on their side has won so far.
That is pretty true, because first game they had Kalari, Murdoch, and Muriel.
Yeah,
they won that game. Last game, Shui back on it. They won that. And once again, Shui.
I can't remember when watching the first semifinals that we had between Deflinken and Washed Up, if any of them won when they had a Muriel on their team, or if they won. I think one of them won with Richter on the other team, or FaZe, but I don't remember. I think when a team had a Muriel on their side, I believe they have won. I'm pretty sure, at least most of the time.
Yeah, she is just so strong with that instant shielding. It's not regen over health like Narbash or FaZe. It is there. It's instant when you need it.
And it's there very often too.
Yeah, like her cooldown's probably a bit fast. It's still like 8 to 10, 12 seconds. Which, in hindsight, it's not too bad, but she is just so strong.
They're going to try and do some risky behavior here underneath the core, just playing with the enemy a little bit. Cranky Trashcan going in with the Fury of the Heavens, going in on the enemy, but does end up taking the core aggro and dying. Ufil is getting dangerously aggressive against Revenant, but Revenant's putting on his happy feet. Not too long, though. He does go down. Ufil pushing back Skyla, and the minions And everyone else, yep, there's just too many minions under that core. This looks to be GG right now for Team Ascend. They're going to go on to the finals and fight Deflinken for the opportunity to have their name engraved in the prime pit of Visionary Games' new game.
And there with the steel arc just to finish everything off.
Yeah, so
like
beautiful.
The trailer. Good memories.
Good memories, bringing back the nostalgic vibes. So good, so good. There you guys have it. Those were the semifinals between Ascend and Silver Phoenix. Next, we will be showing you the best of 3 finals of Team Ascend versus Deflinken. But first, we're going to take a quick 10-minute food break because I need to eat lunch and I don't want to die. And I'm sure we want to take a little bit break as well. So we'll be back after these sponsored messages. Just kidding. I wish.
God, I would have killed you.
I wouldn't try making profit off of your guys' stuff anyway, like on purpose.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Like you're doing it for favor, so it might as well repay you back somehow. So
yeah,
do whatever you need.
Sure. I just don't have any sponsors. Rip.
Feels bad.
Feels bad, man. All right. Well, that was the other semifinals, though.